Good morning. I get when you're busy. So I am out between doing horses and going back to my regular job. I got some time, so I'm stopping at Lowe's to get some river rock for the coop and some more sand for the coop. And I saw this. I got to show you. Look at this. 3 for $10, guys. This is a great time to mulch. This is an excellent time to get your mulch down. It's going to help the soil stay at an even temperature, so you won't have plants heaving out of the ground and a thaw and a freeze cycles. So mulching is a good time. It's a good time to do that. They've got black, they've got the red, they've got the brown. 3 for $10 I saw at Lowe's. It's a good deal. It says that's a member price, and then it says non-members $4. But still, any mulch that you're going to be putting down right now is a great time to do it. And actually, I would do so each. Again, when you're busy, you don't necessarily have tools to measure everything, but each segment of your finger to a wrinkle part crease is about an inch. So do at least 3 inches of mulch around your plants right now. That is really going to benefit them. And then you do not have to keep replacing mulch every year. You can just add it on top, or if you wanted to, you could alternate mulch, and then you could put down compost as a mulch the next year, like a couple inches, and then the next year you could put more regular mulch down. But that's going to keep your weeds down. It's going to keep your temperatures consistent underground. You won't have the freeze-thaw cycle. Smothers weeds pretty well. Yeah, and you won't have volunteer plants that just spread because they have contact with the soil. So that's something I wanted to share with you too. This is also a great time to put in perennials for next year's blooms. So they do have roses on sale. They're saying buy more, save more, 10% for shrubs. And here you go. But if you're asking about gardening, because I know you're busy, this is a good time to put in shrubs and perennials. And they're going to actually get another season during the winter time. So when they come back the next year, they're a little bit larger than they would be. So your perennials are going to sleep the first year, creep the second year. That means they're barely growing at all. What they have done is they have developed a lot of roots underground. And the third year, they're going to leap. So they do have a variety of shrubs and perennials that you can come take a look at. You buy more if you save if you buy in bulk. Here's your Shasta daisies. That's a perennial that you could put in, and you can see that they're blooming right now. If you're not sure when they're blooming, and it tells you right here, perennial comes back year after year. But if you're not sure, you can take a look and see when it actually blooms, usually on the back of the tag, sometimes on the front of the tag. Let's see, full sun tells you 6 hours of direct sun. So full sun is not sunrise to sunset. Full sun is only between 6 and 8 hours. So this says 6 hours of direct sun. Bloom season, there we go. This one says summer and fall. So you might already have some daisies that are early bloomers. Maybe you want to continue those. So then you'll get some that do summer and fall. And they did say they have a 1-year guarantee. And a lot of times, if you keep your tag, and where does it just see it? 1-year guarantee. If you keep your tag and you bring back the pot, if you still have it, you can get a replacement. Okay, good time to put in shrubs and perennials. Here's agastache. Black adder it's called. It says 6+ hours of direct sun. Again, full sun is not sunrise to sunset. That would be too much. That's what you get at the beach. You don't want that much. They will do want a little bit of shade at some point. Even if you had 3 hours in the morning and 5 hours at the night, that's a good thing. 6+ sun. This one says partial sun, 3 to 6. But actually the tags do say full sun. So check your tags. Make sure you check your tags. More daisies. Here's some sedum or stonecrop. Good time to put them in. They have some that change different colors too. So if you're not in love with the pink color, you can get some that turn red. They have some with different colored leaves. So if you don't love the bright green leaves, they have some leaves that are like this color. They're a little bit like a maroon color. I've seen it where they're a maroon color leaf and then a bright red top. Pollinators like these too. Here are some grasses. This is, oh, I forgot what this is called. There we go. Let's see. This one says it's a ground cover. They do spread. And they do give you these beautiful purple flowers that the pollinators like. So it's a twofer. Here's some coral bells. Coral bells come in all different colors too. I mean, you can get variegated like these colors. You can get them lime green like that in the back, like that stone crop. You can get them rust colored, orange. But they do like shade. When they say they like shade, they like shade. Don't put them in the sunshine and think they're going to live, because they won't live as well. They're going to dry up. But you can also provide shade in a sunny area by putting these behind taller plants. See? So you can make your own little mini climate, microclimate. And it says here, Labor Day sale, 2 for $10. 2 for $10. 2 for $10. Okay, here's some showy pink primrose. Okay. And some plumbago. This is a great ground cover. It really loves to spread. And I like to put these like along with, like at the bases of roses, like in between roses, rose plants, because it's going to capture the moisture, any moisture that comes from the air. It's going to capture it. It's going to provide shade to the roots of the roses. And it's also going to smother out the weeds. So there's less weed competition. Blanket flower, or they call them sneeze weed. I don't know why they call them sneeze weed, but they're funny. So those are available now too at Lowe's. Here's some dianthus. This is really pretty. It's super easy to take care of. It stays low to the ground, so it's not going to compete in height with some of their other ones. But these are good if you're going to have really short ones. These are good to put near entranceways and places that you pass by all the time, like along sidewalks and things like that, so you can see them and enjoy them. Because if you put them way in the back of a border garden, you're never going to see them. So put these up close. Same with these. Ice plant. It's a succulent. You can tell by the leaves. They're full of moisture inside there. So they're not going to want as much water. Same with the sedum. That's a succulent as well. Because of the way that it trails down, this one you probably want to put up on a sloping area that's got a lot of sun, and it's going to fill in all the blanks. This one does the same thing. And again, the shorter the plant, the closer up you want to plant it, so you can see it and enjoy it most of the time. 2 for $10. So let's see. That right there. That is the size that they're talking about. So it says a quart, $2 quart, or well, 2 quart or a 2.5 quart perennial. So these are pretty good, because all of this should have roots on the insides of the pots. It's good to get. Here's some shorter stone crop. Here's a short Shasta daisy that's a little bit smaller. It's called Luna Shasta daisy. Full sun, blooms in summer. So it's blooming right now, but what you can do too is you can take a look at the dead ones, snip those off at the leaves down as far down as you can. And that tells the plant, oh no, we don't have seeds. Remember? I've talked about that before. The plant only wants to make seeds. So when you clip off the dead blooms, that's called deadheading, you're promoting energy down to the plant to say, hey, we need to send more flowers up because we don't have any seeds yet. That's all they want to do is make seeds. So 2 for $10, valid till, I don't know, it says till 9/4. Is that today? If so, come on out. And it says, while supplies last. Here's the autumn fire sedum. You can see the red flowers. Okay, and then here are asters. Asters. can see they're just starting to bud, just starting to bloom right over here. This one's a hybrid aster, it says. Mounding perennial, summer and fall. Because it's just starting to bloom, that means the monarchs are probably going to visit it when they come and they migrate down south. This one says Pink Magic Aster. It's funny because the tags sometimes just don't match the flowers at all. So this says pink, these are purple, and they're asters. So these are perennials. If you're someone who always buys mums don't really have a lot of pollen for the critters. So consider getting asters instead, because look at all the different colors it got too. Instead, because they look similar in shape to a mum, but they're actually going to provide the pollinators with something good. Oh, I like how they did with the grasses in between the mums and pots. These aren't mums. These are asters as well. But those are cute little pots. And because this is so bushy, the grass roots are going to stay. They're going to keep from getting frozen for a long time, so they'll probably last through frost. But keep in mind that the asters are meant to go into the ground when they're done. You could try to overwinter them in the pots in the garage, but they are perennials and they're meant to come back every year. These little guys are $5. Hazy Aster, it's called. So if you wanted to come and get some flowers, do it. Here's a deer-proof flower, coneflowers. Coneflowers typically come in more of a purple shade. These are a little bit different than the typical purple shades. Some people say they don't last as long if they're different colors, but you can try it, absolutely. And deer don't like it. And you know why they don't like it? Because they're pokey. And you know you know what happens when a deer comes up to any okay, here's a deer head, deer snout. The deer comes up to a plant, and the first thing they do, they stand kind of back far away, and they stretch their little noses out, and they touch it. And when they touch this, it's pokey. They don't like it. They don't want to eat it. They like luscious stuff. Even the leaves are a little bit pokey. I mean, they might try to eat the leaves, but as soon as they try to eat some of this coneflower head, they don't like it. Too pokey. They don't like pokies, and they don't like smellies, deer. So if you got pokies and smellies, they're not going to want to eat them as much as your luscious stuff, like your hostas. All right, so here's the more traditional color of purple coneflower. And again, deer don't like purple coneflower. These are mums. And if you look at the mum flower, you can see there's like, I mean, this one like has a small center, tiny center, but it's nothing like the asters. Mums come back every year too, but also mums are only in certain shades. And they just don't have as much pollen as asters do. So the monarchs that are migrating south can't get any nutrients from it. But see, you can do little different arrangements. Here's a little pepper plant, ornamental pepper plant with a cabbage, edibles. If you needed to, you could cook that up. You can cook these up. Here's some grasses. What if you put some lemongrass in there? Then you could eat that. These are sedums that are a maroon color. Really, really pretty. But you can play around with them and the color schemes. Ooh, what are these purples over here? Oh, wait, there's some over there. Okay, I gotta get in. I got business to do. Oh, there's our pretty. Those are the Believer hybrid asters. Now, hybrid means that if you tried to take a seed and grow it out, it won't grow the same thing like this. It will grow something different. It'll grow like its parent plants. Ooh, that's pretty. That's almost like a blue. Really like that. Now, if you get the native asters, you would get a plant that starts off like 4 by 4 deep, and it will end up being 3 and 4 feet wide. No, bigger, 5 feet wide. I have a couple of those in the backyard. And if you're not sure if it's good for pollinators, look at the plants and see what's on it. I see a bee. I see a bee on it. There's pollen on these flowers. The bees would not be there if there was not pollen. So this is a good thing to get for your pollinators. Anyway, that's all I want to share with you right now. I know you're busy, but I just figured I'd throw this out here while I'm busy too. You guys have a great day.